was a lot of unknowns around HIV and AIDS, and AIDS service organizations were just starting to come into being. So to be, take the courage and the foresight to stick with it. And fast forward 30 years, I've been involved with the agency the past 10 years as board president, I think the last 9 years. So I'd like to thank Victoria for, back then it was a tough decision, I'm sure, just to push through. There's a lot of stigma, a lot of unknowns out there, but because of people like Victoria and our other honorees tonight, HIV is a manageable disease. Treatment options, there's a ton of them out there. Supportive agencies like our own, there's a bunch, but again, we still need support from everyone here tonight to continue the fight. And funding with the way politics are both locally and in Washington, there's all these unknowns around funding. So I'd like to thank everyone in advance for supporting the event. And with that, I'll turn it back to Stuart, and we'll bring our honoree up.
Victoria, can you come on up? So without further ado, I'd like to present, Mark and I would like to present this award. This is the President's Award, it's really been a long time in coming, and we've been at this for a long time, and Victoria started the whole thing, and I just really want to thank her and give her a big hand.
Thank you so much, Stuart and Mark. I'm not really happy being acknowledged because it just makes me feel so self-conscious, but I'd like to pass on the acknowledgement to a few people. When I was the board president, a lot of the people on the board were actually sick and dying, and so I just want to remember some of them. Bill O'Donnell, who was an extreme couponer, and his partner Joe Burt, who was just the sweetest guy you ever want to know. And when he was dying, I was his lawyer for a couple of different things. And even when he was having his hardest times, he came into my office one day and brought me some flowers, a little plant. And you just learn so much from people when they're going through the hardest times in their lives. It really makes you realize what life is about, and that you can face difficult times because you learn from these people who are facing difficult times. And one other person, Teresa Striano, who up until her dying day, she would bring cookies to her little son's kindergarten class, and that little son lost his mother to AIDS. And unfortunately, I know the boy to this day, and he's an adult. He lost both his parents to AIDS, and he's really floundering in his life. And so, the disease took away something so precious from him, and caused him a lot of hardship in his life. So just remembering those people that we've lost. But on a happier note, it's really great to be here, and I want to just, again, pass on the acknowledgement to a few people, especially my partner and spouse, Michelle, who I couldn't really, I don't really know how I would get through this life. I'm so happy to be sharing joys and trials of life with her. And the best sister-in-law anybody could ever ask for, my sister-in-law Jackie. Thank you, because I don't have a sister. I have two brothers, but you are my sister, and you've given me what I always hope to have, was like an amazing sister. And my nephew Josh, who's always been like an amazing father figure to my two sons. Michelle and I have two sons. And speaking of sons, just a little funny story with us. Oh, wait, another bright note is we've come so far. Now, the guys that are my clients with HIV are having babies. So we are able to find surrogate mothers who will carry babies for HIV-positive clients. So a shout out to my good friend, Michael Doyle, MD, who's like an amazing reproductive doctor. And he actually helped me and Michelle to have our first son. And just speaking of sperm, so when we were in the office, and he was like, you know, we were getting ready to have an insemination, he's like, come here, you gotta see the sperm in the microscope. So he brought us over to the microscope, and we were able to see the little sperm swimming really fast. And you know, it's people like Michael Doyle and my friends Donna Sacco and Elle Nubel who do so much for this world, and so much good, and so much amazing work that this is why we're here and doing such great things. And I'm really happy to be honored and really grateful to everyone. Thanks.
Mike, put your flash on.
Thank
Because of the
God
red
for
light, put the
Facebook.
flash on.